Welcome to the token analysis. In this video, we will analyze key metrics of a project and its prospects. Token analysis. Token type. TSPACEX is a tokenized private equity/synthetic stock exposure token tied to SpaceX valuation exposure through the Tesera ecosystem. It falls into the growing category of tokenized private equity, RWAs, real-world assets, blockchain-based synthetic securities rather than a traditional utility crypto token. Project objective. Tesera aims to solve a major financial access problem. Retail investors typically cannot access elite private market companies like SpaceX before IPO. The project seeks to provide on-chain exposure to private equity, fractionalized investment access, blockchain-native settlement, tokenized pre-IPO markets. This aligns strongly with the expanding RWA tokenized securities narrative in crypto. Utility. TSPACEX utility includes synthetic/private market, SpaceX exposure, speculative pre-IPO trading, on-chain transferability, DeFi compatibility via Solana ecosystem. Unlike infrastructure tokens, utility is primarily financial exposure rather than ecosystem operations. Tokenomics. Key metrics, approx. Market cap, $750K. Circulating supply, 1.19 K TSPACEX. Price, $630. 650. Max supply, listed as unlimited, infinite on trackers. Liquidity. Liquidity remains one of the biggest risks. Current concerns: limited exchange availability, low market cap, shallow order books, potentially high slippage. Although trading volume occasionally spikes, liquidity is tiny compared with major RWAs or tokenized equity ecosystems. This creates elevated volatility and exit risk concerns. Smart contract and security. Positive infrastructure signals include Solana ecosystem integration, Chainlink Oracle usage claims, reserve verification narrative, structured tokenized asset framework. However, concerns remain: limited public audits, legal structure complexity, unclear redemption guarantees, limited long-term operational history. For tokenized equities, security depends heavily on legal enforceability and custodial integrity. Team and governance. Tesera presents itself as a structured, tokenized private equity platform focused on regulatory compliant design. Positive factors: active development, community presence, emphasis on legal structure, clear RWA positioning, community and social presence. Community traction is growing, but still niche. Indicators include active Reddit promotion, growing Solana ecosystem awareness, speculative RWA interest, increasing CoinGecko visibility. Honeypot risk. No direct honeypot behavior is visible currently. The token appears transferable and tradable within supported ecosystems. However, risks remain elevated because of limited liquidity, unclear redemption rights, early-stage infrastructure, opaque reserve structures. Tokenized private equity products inherently carry more structural risk than standard utility tokens. Competitive positioning. TSPACEX competes in the rapidly growing tokenized private equity/RWA sector against projects such as Xhawk Stocks, Ondo Finance, Backed Finance, Synthetics, Pre-Stocks ecosystems. Adoption and growth potential. Strong long-term growth drivers include rising demand for tokenized RWAs, increasing interest in pre-IPO access, retail demand for SpaceX exposure, growth of blockchain-based securities markets. Risk versus reward. Potential reward: exposure to highly desirable private equity narrative participation in booming RWA tokenization sector, strong speculative upside potential. SpaceX brand-driven demand. Key risks: low liquidity, unclear legal enforceability, limited transparency, speculative valuation mechanics, regulatory uncertainty, dependence on Tesera infrastructure. Final score: high-risk speculative RWA, tokenized private equity play. Investment decision. To decide whether to invest in TSPACEX token, do your own research or get insights from tokenlisting.org.